Good morning. Well, we're going to do a little short live this morning. Maybe I'll sneak over and turn a light on. I see this a little bit dark. Well, maybe not. Maybe it'll work. We'll try it. Anybody sees it's too dark, just let me know. Anyway, I'm going to type a little something in here. Just put hello in there for everybody. Yeah, I think I just hit the wrong letter there. There we go. There. I don't know if we get much of anybody this morning or not. Just a quick one. I didn't let anybody know I was coming. But maybe Joker's out there, some of the other ones in Bubbles and all the other fellas there. Plus, I'm having my coffee. So there we go. This is a good one. So we'll see. I don't have much time this morning, so we'll see what happens. There goes my phone. I don't know what that's all about. We'll see. Yeah. News app. But anyway, if anybody happens to be watching, glad you're here. I don't see anybody on the screen here, but of course, if you didn't type nothing in, I wouldn't know if you were here or not here. So anyway, to make a long story short, we had a very nice chat yesterday. I liked that very well. So I thought maybe this morning I got a few minutes. I'd jump back in a hurry. Checking the weather out there. It stopped snowing. Yay! At least it's warm enough that the snow was melting as fast as it come down pretty much. So that's a good deal. I hope everybody is managing to keep busy and not go totally mad during this shutdown deal. Hey, there's Mike. How you doing, Mike? I was hoping you might show up this morning. I had just a few minutes. I thought I'd do a short video here. Won't be probably only about a half hour. Very glad to see you. That was a nice chat we had yesterday. That went very well, I thought. So I went so well. I says, well, wife snuck out to do a few groceries. So I says, well, while she's gone, I'll do a quick one. So I got about a half hour. And I'm so glad you're here. I hope you're managing to keep from going crazy during all this. I've got to pick up a card table somewhere because I got another puzzle I'm going to do, but not going to do it out of a box. Well, how are we dealing with this stretch? We get on each other's nerves, but one nice thing is this apartment's an upstairs, downstairs deal. The bedrooms are upstairs and the living room and kitchen and stuff are downstairs. So I'm up here, she's down there. That's the way that works, which helps quite a lot. I'll come up here and I can read and put stuff together and what have you. Let's go see on this puzzle bit. I got another puzzle that the lady loaned me at the same time. She gave me two, but I'm not going to try putting this one together because the other one I put together because my little table is too small. I can't spread the puzzle out. I have to basically put it together, taking the pieces out of the box. So that's the way I did the other one. But this one here, I don't even dare. I hang on. I will get it. I'll be right back. I also flipped the light on while I was up there. I think I was a little bit dark. I don't know how well. Okay, here we go. Get it up here. See how busy that is? I mean, there's a lot of action in that thing. There's even little mice hiding along down here in the bottom. There's one, two, there's about three on the bottom somewhere there. Anyway, um, before I start that one, I want a card table. Then I'd have a chance to do it. Yeah, I think that one's going to be a nightmare. The other one was bad enough. Uh, in fact, I had several people tell me, that's why I called it the puzzle challenge. I had several people tell me I could not do it the way I did it. What I did was I took the box and I dumped half of it in the cover and half in the other half. And that's the way I put that puzzle together, was taking pieces up and looking at them. I got to take a pause. I'll be right back. Yes, honey. Come on. Come.
Oh God, I'm back, guys. I'm sorry, sorry, sorry. Okay, what was it like back in the day? Uh, oh, guys, I had somebody came at the door, and you know how that is. And then my wife showed up. She hadn't got to there yet. So anyway, make a long story short, I'm back. Wow, breath. Pardon my shortness. So Mike asked me what it was like back in the days of television repairman. Well, it was a whole lot nicer for the people because some of them old televisions ran forever. Of course, the ones that run forever were kind of bad for the repairman. There was stuff called the Cecil Carlson, and which was sold under three or four different companies at least. Back in those days, Firestone sold televisions, Goodyear sold televisions, Montgomery Ward, which was a big chain. They were like Sears and Roebuck. And for the younger people out there, they don't know really what Sears and Roebuck used to be. A monstrous store. They had everything. You wanted a sump pump. You walked in there to Sears or Ward's, either one of them, and they had sump pumps. They had everything. I don't care what you wanted, they had it. And what killed both of them really is they got this downsizing bit. Well, people aren't going to buy this. We ain't got to carry that. We ain't got to do. And pretty soon they got down to where they had some electronics and clothing, basically. A few other little items, but and it killed them. Because, you know, if you got, there's an old saying, and actually one better than that is my father knew this fellow. I was a little kid when I heard this. My father was in there one day talking to him. He was a friend of his. And they were in there talking. He says, boy, you carry an awful lot of stuff in this little garage. The guy says, I have to. Because if I don't, the people will go down the road, and he says they probably won't come back. He says they'll get down there. Maybe they like it better down there. So, and that's the same thing with any of these big businesses. They run themselves under because if you don't carry what the people want, they're not going to come and shop from you. But anyway, in the old days on TV repair, it was really great. Hey, there's Redbone. Stopping by to say hello and see how you're doing. Well, I'm glad you did.
Let's see. Honk Honk is here. When Retard is here. Cowcat is here. I'm probably pronouncing some of this stuff wrong. I'm sorry, guys, if I am. But I was answering Mike's question about how it was to be a television repairman in the old days. I think I'm trying to stay safe. I really am. It's frustrating. You know how it is. You just love to go to someplace and have a cup of coffee or something. You know, I got a friend that every Saturday morning, him and I went to coffee. Well, can't do that anymore. There you go. And makes it kind of rough. It's just looking at four walls, you know. It's like, but I keep busy. I like this YouTube channel business. I think I'm going to like this live business, though. That's it's more fun to have you guys all here, so that you can, you can comment, say things, and we can discuss it, whatever. And to get back to Mike's question there, why has quality gone downhill? Televisions are basically throwaway. Well, the televisions are throwaway, but there's a point that they last longer without repair, and they're cheap today. They weren't just a few years back, but now these televisions are cheap. Would I rather see them fixable? Yeah, but the stuff isn't. There you go. Well, at least you got the dogs, that'll keep you busy. But we turned into a throwaway society. And Mr. Whiskers just came in. Hello, kitty. Anyway, he's going to have something to eat. We saw this coming years ago. When the solid state stuff came in, that was the end of it. In the early days of transistors, the books used to tell you, well, you take a dozen transistors and you sit there and you put one in until it works. And that's what some of the books said. And it was like, who in the first place got that kind of money to buy up all this stuff and soldering that stuff in and out? And some of them cheap boards that everything was mounted to, they couldn't take the heat. And well, Mr. Whiskers says hello to you too. He's eating over there. He don't know we're here. He eats and sleeps a lot. But the televisions today, I mean, picture quality is much better. Let's put it that way. I hate the fact of throwing all this stuff away, because some of them old televisions, I mean, it was black and white TVs that were built in 1948 that were still running in the 90s. And people finally gave them up and went to color and this and that. And they put them in the kids' room and this and that, and they were still playing. In fact, some of the color televisions, the last I knew, there was a couple of them that I sold that were still playing. Of course, in this day and age, if one of them dies, there's nobody left to fix it. There's it's where are they going to get tubes at and everything else, In the old days, some of the televisions were tube eaters. There were some of them that took that. There was a big power supply tube in there, and on some of them, that thing popped every time you turned around, and it was rather expensive. It was like $9 back then, and some of them, of course, some of them went up to 16, whatever. And in them days, that was a lot of money. But Mike, I miss the good old days. I really do. It was quality. I'm not really doing much with a video game right this minute. As I say, I finished that Far Cry 5 there, a couple different ways. I've finished all the different endings and stuff, and waiting to see something good come along. I'm more of a first-person gamer. I want the first-person view, and I play on my own. I'm not too much into this gaming online stuff. It's interesting. Tube TV is dead. In the world of guitar amplifiers, tube amplifiers are beloved in comparison to solid state. You better believe it. That's an interesting thing. I'll tell you a little story about tube amplifiers. This twanging guitar business that they got into, that actually got started when one of the amps, the tube was dying in it, and when it died, it made that twang noise on the end, and that's where supposedly anyway that this all came from. But I had some very good solid state amplifiers. I really did when we were playing in the band. We had some great stuff. PV had some pretty good amplifiers. I had a Marshall, which was about so big, and it was a little fella, but I'll tell you something. If you crank that thing, I'm telling you, you could hear that 2 miles away. That's pretty good. But no, the tube stuff was better in the guitar world. It's just like records. I don't know how many of you ever played much with records, but the records actually are superior sound quality to anything else you got out there. There's something about the way a record sounds it's much better. We used to have, just going to get off the subject just a hair, but we used to have what they called quad, 4-channel. And it was around for a little while. It came out back when the old 8-track players, I'm really dating myself. They were big square things like this. They had them in the cars and you plugged it in. It continuously ran. They were music. But they had what they call the quad ones, and they had 4 channels. So what was really neat with it, if you had a 4-piece band you were listening to, each speaker, because you had 4 speakers, 1 per channel, and you could set the speakers up. You could sit there and it'd be just like having the band around you, because you could set the speakers around right. The quad was really a neat thing, but it didn't last long. I think around 1974, somewhere in that 74 to 80, somewhere in that time period, it died. It was only around for about, I'm going to say 4 or 5 years. And unfortunately, I had one. Yes, of course. Everything I ever bought died, was discontinued just short time later. I had a machine for movies once. It was records. And they were in this case, and you slid the whole thing in, and you pulled out the case, and this record stayed inside, and the movies were on it. And that was before DVD players. It was a record deal. And that came out in the early 80s, somewhere around 80 to 82. It was only out for 2-3 years. RCA came out with it. They were putting a big push on it, and then all the other companies had it. And I had a big Toshiba unit, and the kids loved it. I mean, but it, this stuff, it goes. I wish I was a record person. I know people who are record crazy. The Mike, I don't need any money. Thank you. I do this for fun. I appreciate the offer, but I can get along. We're doing great. I really do appreciate the offer, Mike. I really do. But you know, oh, what are my favorite films? Well, one of the best films I think I really liked was Dr. Fu Manchu with Peter Sellers. That's 1982. If you guys aren't familiar with the Dr. Fu Manchu series, that was a series of books, and they were in 1928, and the books were written. And Sax Rohmel was the guy that wrote them. Anyway, Dr. Fu Manchu was this brilliant Chinese doctor, but he was also a master criminal. And then you had Nayland Smith, who was of the British Secret Service or something like that. It never really told you in any of the books what he was, but when he said jump, everybody jumped. Anyway, him and Dr. Fu Manchu had this running war going between them. He was always trying to catch him back and forth through all the books. And I mean, there was quite a few books in the series. Well, this movie was made with Peter Sellers in 1982. And of course, it was a spoof on the Dr. Fu Manchu series. And Peter Sellers played both parts. He played Dr. Fu Manchu and he played Nayland Smith. And it was really a cool movie. So there's a movie for you. If you ever get a chance to watch it, you might get a bang out of it. I like movies that kind of take me away. I like a lot of the old movies. I'm a fellow from back in the Humphrey Bogart day, Peter Lorre. These are names you guys probably don't even know, but anyway, pretty wild. What is your secret to being so healthy, mind and body at your age? I don't know. I really don't. I think I take after my mother. My mother. My father was always kidding her and telling her she was a witch because she never aged. But okay. Yes, some of you know them. Pink Panther, Dr. Strangelove. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, Peter Sellers was in those. And the thing is, he played that bungling idiot, but he was a master of jitsu. There's my speech impediment acting up again. Certain words I can't answer. But he was in the. I'll look for those movies. Yeah, they're a little bit hard to find. I liked all the old Humphrey Bogart stuff. And Peter Lorre. Now these guys were masters. This is in the days, no special effects. I mean, this was all acting and stuff. But Peter Lorre had this. He played several different characters over the course of his career, but he did a lot of gangster stuff, and he always played this kind of a way out, really weird, almost like a serial killer type person. And his favorite line was, I really don't want to hurt you, but I have to kill you. He'd go something like that. And it was just kind of almost hilarious. Some of the movies were. He was in Casablanca. He had a little walk-on part in there. That was a Humphrey Bogart movie. But I like those movies. Today's movies, too much special effects, not a whole lot of acting. There's some of these guys out there that everybody thinks are great. I just can't handle them. I've only seen M. from him. Never saw Casablanca. Yeah, the never saw Casablanca. Well, it's a very, you got to like the older movies. It's my brother's crazy about that. I'm trying to think of some of the others. James Cagney was another great old actor. I liked all the old stuff. Uh, I mean, there's some of the new stuff I like. It I haven't been to anything really. I haven't been to theater in a long time. Well, to be honest with you guys, I got a enlarged prostate, and I have to make frequent trips to the restroom at times. And if I go to the theater, that's usually about the time that I have to make my frequent trips. Oh, Cool Hand Luke. That was a good movie. Yeah, that was a good movie. That was back. Um, the Great Escape. That was another great movie. Hi, Anna. It was good to see you here. Excuse me, guys. My sinuses are running. Um, he was asking me what my secret was to longevity. I don't know if I got a secret. I just managed to keep going. I got bad lungs, a bad heart, a few other things. So, but I keep going. The EGG eating scene. EGG eating scene. I'm doing pretty well, Anna. How you doing with the slots? Are you winning any? I know you seem to be doing pretty good anytime I watch your videos. That's something I feel real bad about because I try to watch all my subscribers' videos and stuff, but there's so many, I have troubles getting to all of them. So I catch one every once in a while. Oh, and Cool Hand Luke. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Been a lot of years since I've seen that. The public broadcasting used to run a lot of great old movies at times. Oh, right. You wouldn't be able to go to the casinos now or anything. We're all in solitary confinement now. That's what we kid about around here. We're in lockdown. Um, the the Planet of the Apes. I've seen that whole the original series. Well, Mike's doing online blackjack. Oh, there was a lot of weird old movies. The only thing is, the worst thing is, I used to really love all the old science fiction stuff. Of course, I read all the old science fiction books. And what's amazing is science fiction books that were written in the 1800s now, late 1800s, predicted most of the stuff that's going on today. How those people could actually, come up with these ideas for this stuff. Um, the original, I kept thinking the name of it, where the guy was going through time. Um, the original one of that, when I talk about DVD players and stuff, in the book, they talked about the silver disc that they spun. And that's what he watched this, what happened in the nuclear war, supposedly, that happened. It's up on it, it was different. Let's see. Oh, It's a Wonderful Life. Yes, every Christmas we have to watch that. That's that. Plus, we have to watch some of Dickens's Christmas Carol there and stuff like that. Some of the old Dickens books were pretty wild. When I was young, I read just about everything. The Count of Monte Cristo. There's one for you. I don't know if any of you have even heard about that book. But anyway, the thing is about this thick, boring. But I fought my way through it. You're better off reading the condensed versions. Oh, you like my shirt? Well, that's good. I thought today, it's another cold day out. I said, well, I'll put this on. And here's I think. Yeah. Well, the older books, there was a lot of old books that, of course, I do a lot of reading now. In fact, my tablets, I got them loaded right up with books. And I just, I'm trying to think of the name of the series. It was one of the Witches of New Orleans or something like that. I can't remember what the exact names of these books were. There was a whole series of them. And the first one especially was just, it just blew my mind. I just had a ball with it because I'm sitting there reading this thing and this girl's walking through the cemetery and the ghosts are talking to her. And it was just the way it was written. It was just hilarious. I don't know if the guy really wanted to make it hilarious, but it was. You read The Count in high school? There you go. Did they have the big thick version or just the little short version? Some of them books that they forced us to read in high school, they basically they killed the books for you because they rehashed them so much. They made us read Ivanhoe, which I've often said I should go back and try reading it. I have. Which is inflamed prostrate. Constantly feel like I have to. Yes, that's you know what it is. Yeah, it's not good. Yeah, now have they ever put you on Sitpo for that, Mike? That Sitpo is usually about 10 days of that'll pretty much lay it down for a little while until it comes back again. But no, I've usually got 2 or 3 books going at once. I have, I'll show you something. I'm back. I didn't run away. This is one of the first Kindles. You'll notice it's got a little keyboard on it. Okay. Got to charge it too. The battery's empty. This is full of books. This has the complete Doc Savage series, which originally was a newspaper series. This is all stuff out of the 20s and 30s now. No, occasionally doctor will give an antibiotic. Well, if you could talk him out of Sitpo, you do that would help. It's hard to get doctors to give you anything today. I don't know. Oh, I moved over and made everything dark again. Sorry about that, guys. But anyways, I was going to tell you, this thing has got the Doc Savage series was the forerunner of Superman. The guy couldn't fly, but he had all the other stuff just about. Anyway, that series is on here. The Dr. Fu Manchu series is on here. All kinds of stuff. And This was stuff basically, a friend of mine dug it up for me off the internet. He's a book fanatic, and he manages to find all kinds of weird stuff on there. But he got me the whole series of all that. I've read all that stuff, and I've got 3 tablets. I got another. Well, this is 7 inch. The other one's an 8 inch, and then I got a 10 inch. And the 8 and this one here and 7 and 8 are both full of books. They're just loaded right up. Okay, whoops. Now as I fall down, I do that once in a while too. Doctor Who, guys. I like Doctor Who. Haven't watched the new stuff. I should. In fact, I got the whole set. Well, on my computer, I've got on one of my hard drives, I have, I don't know, 15 or 20 years worth of it. Got the old stuff. I've also got a complete set on DVD of the newer, not the newest one, but I think it's, I can't remember, a couple of years back anyway now. My boy got me. It's all sealed up yet. I haven't had time to watch them. Aha. She likes that Toyota Corolla, don't she? I like that one I got. It's a pretty nice car. It drives very nice. It's got a good solid feeling to it too. Yeah, I figured she would. She loves it. The yeah, any of you guys watch Doctor Who? I haven't watched any of the new ones, so I don't know what the last couple of years of it's been. Since I got tied up with this YouTube stuff, I seem to have more time going on with YouTube, trying to figure out what to make for videos and this and that. And between that and everything the wife's got me doing, it's, I think I got the honey-do list, and stay pretty busy. And I try to read, and I have a lot of little projects going on, every now and then, fixing something for somebody. I gotta start charging people for that stuff, but I don't. Well, thanks, Mike. I hope somebody loves me. I do my best with this. I don't know. I try. The subscribers keep going up. I notice, which is good. I really appreciate that. I'd like to get it up there a little bit more, but I don't know if we'll make it or not. Well, thank you, Mike. I appreciate it. It's a little different than a lot of channels. I do a little of everything on it. I've got a lot of videos on a lot of different stuff out there. I don't know. Some of the stuff I don't know if I explain it enough or not, because in my own head, I've got the thing going, and I sit down and I try to, I'm not a really good teacher, but I try to, some of the things that I have done on electronics and this and that, I try to pass through. Well, thank you. I appreciate all of you being here. I really do. Mike, do you go to the VA? That's where I go. They've been they've been pretty good to me. They've pieced me back together on several occasions, but they they've done pretty well by me. Oh, you're not a veteran. I don't know why I got the idea you were, Mike. Well, that's all right. Oh, retired police. Wow. Thank you for your service on that one because that is rough. I did that when I came back from Vietnam for 2 years. And I said, no, this is enough for me. Uh, it Coming back from Vietnam and then getting involved in the police thing, it was you just see the downside of life is what I was seeing, and I didn't need it. If I'd have done it a few years later, maybe I'd have enjoyed it, but no, it was it seemed like everybody we arrested, uh, I mean the real criminals. Um, they were out of jail before we almost got them in. So and it's got to be worse today, especially in our state here now. You can't even get people into jail now. Depressing dealing with the dregs of society. You got it, Mike. You got it. You got it. Well, here in New York State now, the police have got a real pain in the neck because, okay, you got a guy say that's beating his wife. The police go there. They can't take him in. They got to give him an appearance ticket. So if they give him an appearance ticket, he leaves. He goes back to beating his wife. I mean, it's a no-win situation. It's one of them new things they got going. You got to be. Well, let's see. We had one bank robber that had been in and out of jail several times, and they just arrested him for a bank robbery, and it had to turn him loose under New York State's new law there. Couldn't hold him. But that's all right. The feds got him because it was a federal bank he robbed, so the feds just stepped in and took him. Yes, it does, Mike. Yes, it does. It hardens you. Well, yep. I know, Mike. I got that too. I got it from Vietnam, and then I come back and played at the police department a couple of years, and oh man, that really messes up your head. But I lived through it all. It was pretty depressing. It leaves you messed up a little bit, and you gotta keep working at it and just kind of. Well, thank you, Mike. The main thing to do is you got to stay upbeat. You got to try not to think about the bad things. Um, that's why I don't watch depressing movies. Uh, my wife likes to watch this Dateline and all this other stuff that's got this one's killing that one killing that. No. I don't watch any of that crap. I can't stand it. I like lighthearted stuff, Don't watch war movies. The especially the new ones there, the graphics they get too realistic, and then the flashbacks start, and no, I don't need that. Anyhow, back to happier things. Used to a lot. It took me about 20 years to bury all that crap, and then things were much better. It I used to spend many nights watching the late show and stuff like that. And it's back in the old days of television, you ran movies all the time. They ran movies constantly, and so when I, having a bad night, I just get up and watch something. Oh, you didn't bring me down. No, 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 no. You can't. I can't. I'm way past that stage. I've managed to get far enough along that it took a lot of years, a lot of prayer, and that's the whole key to the whole thing. Is if I'm going to get off on religion for a second here, guys. If you grab right a hold of Jesus and you hang on to him, that's basically it. You got to just, religion will get you through. I guess that's what you'll say. Belief in the Lord is what it'll do. That's what's kept me going. And I recommend that to everybody. Okay, you had my religious spiel for the day. It's back to other stuff, guys. Yes, it is, my friend. It is. I think it is. I don't know. He's always been good to me. He kept me alive in Vietnam and a lot of other different stuff, and he's looked after me quite well. I've got a lot of things wrong with me, but yet he's managed to keep everything under control. I have scleroderma, which is hardening of the arteries and internal organs, and had that for quite a few years before they knew what it was. I had 6 years in the service. A year and a half in the war zone. But the whole secret to that, is there was some beautiful things over there. The jungle was actually a beautiful place, believe it or not. If they hadn't had a war going on, you could have really enjoyed it. I think of the happy stuff that I saw, and some of the happy things we were able to do for some of the villagers and stuff over there. That's what you kind of concentrate on that part of it. That's what keeps you going. And that's the whole secret with life is you got to try to think upbeat all the time. Well, have to. I've seen a lot of things that I've seen a lot of things that lets me know God is there. It's at one time I used to go to Massachusetts a lot. There's a monastery up there, and these monks were really, really. Well, let's put it this way: they wore their little brown robes, their open-toed sandals, and they'd be standing in 2 feet of snow praying. That's faith. And I saw some amazing things over the years. I'll share one. I'll share a recent one with you. My wife's sister was pronounced with fourth stage cancer, given 6 months to live. So I was down at my church and I asked them to pray for her. So every Sunday, they'd pray for her. And then Wednesday, we have what we call Bible study at night and pray then. She don't even have a sign of cancer now. Gone. And, stuff like that make you believers out of anybody, And I mean, I already believed, but, that's just one of the many ones that I've showed several friends now. In fact, her son and his wife, they've been coming to church since all that went down. So something good came out of it. Yep. Well, that's what I say. God bless her. She's 80. She just turned 80. And she'd never know it. She's out working on her lawn and this stuff. But that's what was thing about this is right after she got back out working at her lawn and stuff like that, But when you see these, some people call them miracles, whatever. When you see this stuff, God is there. And He's looking after things. And yes, a lot of our prayers aren't answered. Some people, you just can't reverse it. But that's because it's their time to go home. And Mike, you just keep staying positive and what have you, and you'll get through this like tremors and stuff. You'll get through this stuff. It'll take a while. And we'll make you no promises it's gonna go away tomorrow because it ain't. Stuff stays with you, but you'll get rid of it. Yeah. And I'm very glad to have you as a friend there, Mike. I really am. All of this. It'd be nice if we could all get together, That'd be cool. But anyway, thank you. But the hand moved again. We got back in the dark, and I've been in the dark all my life anyway. I have a weird sense of humor, so nobody, But I've seen a lot of strange things where, I've seen stuff that was totally impossible, but it happens. And it comes through the Oh, I'm a long ways. I'm way up in they call it central New York, but I'm in northern central New York. I'm up okay. Syracuse is 50 miles from me. That's a big city you might have heard of. Let's see. Watertown's about 50 miles. Okay, Buffalo. Buffalo is about 100 and some miles from me. I've been there a couple of times. It's the VA has a big hospital there, and I mean, I got one here in Syracuse too. The one in Syracuse, the one I go to, I'm about 20. No, actually, it's about 30 miles. Oh, yes, it is a big state. I'll never forget I was in basic training, and I had a kid out of Brooklyn, uh, and he goes, "Where are you from?" I told him, "New York State." He says, "Oh yeah." He says, "Well, what part of the city is that?" Is because they in those days, these people all they really knew about was New York City, and they thought everything was New York City. They thought the whole state was New York City. Anyway, it was fun going through basic training and some of the stuff with him because it was amazing every time, like the first time he saw cows and stuff. I mean, it was just like, Southern Pennsylvania. Well, you're not too far away. It's you're probably about 300 miles from me. I think I would take a wild guess at. Uh, but that's Yep, our snow is all quit for today. It's all melted off the cars. That's good. Hey, Sunshine Cooper's here. Hello, and how you doing? I'm from the Philippines. Yep, I have a lot of people from the Philippines subscribed to my channel, and I like the Philippines. I spent 3 months there. Uh, it was very nice. Okay, that's sick, cold, and fever. Well, I hope you're not getting that crazy virus that's going around. We'll hope it's just a case of the flu or something. I About 6 hours, Mike says. Yeah, probably something like that. I would imagine. Well, no, don't give up on it. If you happen to get it, you don't. That don't mean you're definitely going out the door. Because we're having lots of people survive it up here. Um, the In fact, that's a strange virus. There was a nurse. Can't remember if she's out of New York City or was out of Syracuse or someplace. They had her on news anyway. Uh, they were testing her blood and stuff, and she had the antibodies and stuff in it. Now here she had this virus and never even knew it. So it can be, and then we're getting people that been in 6 weeks and stuff on a ventilator in a coma and coming out of it. So a lot of them are making, you can have it pretty bad and still make it. So don't give up on nothing. Plus, hopefully, it's just a flu. Yeah, just like me. I don't want to get it. I got bad lungs, bad heart, have awful breathing problems to start with. So I don't need it. I figure if I got it, I'm gone. But I just put the whole thing in God's hands, and it's up to Him. That's the thing. I was starting to get kind of worried about it at first, and then I happened to remember, and so I gave it all to Jesus and put it in His hands, and feel much better over it. Yes, washing your hands. I've washed my hands so much that they hurt. They get chafed up, and I put hand lotion on them. But what good does it do? You're washing your hands a little while later. Well, Melody's here. Good. Very good. I'm glad you're here. The It's good to have you here. I'm doing good. Now, weather's a little bit better today. Excuse me. Sinuses just keep right on running. It's dark and gloomy here, but that's New York State. I mean, that's central New York. The snow is melted that we got last night. I'm doing good, Melody. Yeah, Mike, I try that too. I put it on at night, but I get up in the middle of the night, and if I have to make a trip, then it's wash the hands again. And I usually get up if I remember to take the medicine I'm supposed to take at a certain time for that at night. You're supposed to take it after your same meal every day. Well, we don't eat on any particular schedule here. Robert eat at 5 o'clock, or it could be 9 o'clock at night. I mean, depending on when she wants to. The so so sometimes I get up, and like last night only got up twice. That was a good night, and both times I got up. Yes, you guys were supposed to get a lot of snow last night, the southern part of us. Uh, I'm right up along by the thruway. So we didn't get diddly. It's just enough to cover the cars, and then it's all gone now. Now I moved. I used to live further north, and I moved down here in 1999, and it was like moving to Florida, believe it or not. And I only moved, I don't know, 35, 40 miles, but as a crow flies. But it was enough. I was in the snow belt up there, and I was also right next to a river, which was beautiful for fishing, but not for the wintertime. So I moved down here, and right off the bat, it was just almost like moving to Florida or something, because the winters were just nothing compared to up there. And so I kind of wished I'd moved out of there many, many years before. But you know how it is. You're born somewhere and you put down roots. You don't leave, too much. But originally moved over this way. Well, my first wife I went to school with. I had her 37 years, and then well, she passed away. She had a lot of things wrong. And this lady here, I kind of uh, let's see. I remember where I first saw her at. Anyway, we ended up working together, and one thing led to another, and we started dating, and then and we got married. Well, thank you, Melody, but that was many years ago. That was back in was in the year 2000 is when I lost her. And what made it kind of rough is I lost my mother 4 months later. At this, kind of at the same time, it was kind of because I was looking after them both. Had my mother living with me, so I could look after her. But they all went home with the Lord. So that's. And this lady here, I've been with her. We've been married 2.5 years. Well, it's part of life, Melody. I guess is the way you're supposed to look at it. I don't know, but it hurts, but it much better now. Oh yes, my cat is. I gotta get some. I had this in one of my videos. Cats make the best therapist. And pretty much true, Mike. Cat can bring you a lot of peace. Something about a cat. And you're rubbing it, and petting him. And it just, I don't know, it kind of makes life. My wife's good, Cooper. She's doing good. There you go. A cat and a dog. That's good. You have a dog and 3 cats. There you go. Now you really got therapists. See that? The cats are great therapists. Especially this old guy. At night he lays on my chest and gets up there. I go to bed. Sings and sings and sings. He's pretty cool. Four dogs and 1 cat. Mm-hmm. Well, that'll keep you pretty busy. I kind of watch for the wife because I'm going to have to go help her take the groceries out of the car when she gets here. So if I leave abruptly, you'll know what happened. It's a good video. A good chat we got going here today. This is it's nice to have you all here. It really is. Actually, this is my 3rd time. First time I went, I was actually doing just a test to see how everything worked. And just nice to God, and I ended up with about 7 people that day. So I made a little chat of it. Yesterday was my 2nd one, and was very nice. And so I figured I'd do a half-hour one today, and actually I went a little bit over that, but that's all right. I figured I had a few minutes before she got back from groceries, so I would come on here, and glad I did. I've got all you wonderful people here. That's very nice. Well, I'm glad you caught me too. Yes, I am. It's good. Mike says I'm making him smile. Well, I hope so. Sunshine, I want to know where I was from again. New York State and USA. Well, God bless you too, Mike. I'm going to be closing down here in a couple of minutes anyway, but um, we'll catch you next time. I don't know when I'll do the next live. It's kind of a spot, spur of the moment thing. Pretty much my wife ain't around because she thinks this YouTube thing is nuts, So that's and I told her no, it's not. I get to share a lot of stuff on here when I do my videos and stuff, and I try to share with stuff that people might like. Okay, Mike. I'll catch you next time. I do my videos. I try to show stuff and do things that maybe people might be interested in. Nobody don't like YouTube either, huh? Sunshine Cooper going now. Okay, I catch you later. I'm going to be shutting down here in a couple of minutes anyway, so we'll catch you next time, Sunshine. Melody of Well, YouTube can be very educational. It's here I go messing up the lighting again. Melody, I'm so glad that you stopped in. We'll catch you next time. I'm about to shut her down anyway, so I'm glad you all came. I really am. I really, really appreciate it. And I hope that I hope I see you all next time too. So everybody, I'm going to shut down for today, and I'll catch you all later. And God bless you all. And Sunshine Cooper's still here. Sunshine, you keep you stay well, or get well in a hurry, Okay, guys, I'm gonna sign off now, and love you all. God bless you all. We'll catch you all later.